Somebody want to take video, or I've got it set up, running.
I don't know. Do we need to?
It would be nice if it was on.
I'm not gonna be here the whole time. So I don't. Do you know who's facilitating?
That would be me.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. So you know that I added in with just a little arrow the role of greeter.
Okay.
But I'd forgotten to do that yesterday. I can help you bring. Did you? I sent you a text. I don't know if you got it with Gal.
Yeah, I probably did. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, and so I don't know where your thing is, but I actually printed out schedules, like calendar. Um, so I thought that might be more helpful. And I also want to get you a clipboard that closes so it can be protected from the weather.
That would be excellent.
So you can keep this folder, but anyway, so I wrote in Gal. So this is through December.
For what?
For Night Watch.
Okay.
Or for
great.
whatever else you want to put on the schedule, but you can keep it in the folder if that would help. I don't know.
That would help.
Okay. Do you know where's the clipboard? Do you know?
We'll find it.
Okay.
I'll just hold on to it.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want camera or
Okay.
pass it off to somebody?
Yeah, when I leave.
So I
Okay.
get it back.
Okay. Let me bring the little thingy.
Got any interest in being part of a
Yeah.
guerrilla teaching?
It's live already, so.
Oh, the camera. Oh, so I shouldn't be doing that.
Somewhere on Brent.
Probably not. Hey, how's it going?
Stephanie.
Hey.
Does somebody want to hold the camera? Since I've already started.
Yeah, is it you streaming?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
Did anybody come?
We were there, and you know how we're doing work meetings after GA now?
Alright, so
We were thinking about having a meeting after GA with the rest of the work groups. Are you guys down?
What if we're in a bunch of work groups, though?
Yeah, I just thought about that.
Yeah,
like,
like
how,
if we're meeting afterwards, because I think that's why they're usually different times.
Because he's definitely in media and I'm definitely in outreach. But outreach isn't meeting until Thursday.
I don't know. I guess we talked about that the other day, though, didn't we? Like all the work groups meeting after GA.
Maybe, but I wonder if it's the best because, like, if people know in advance and you can get like community on it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of care about that.
Okay. Well, I think GA is about to start. Do you guys want to meet with her and I just tonight after GA?
Yeah, it's right. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of stuff we can do. It's like a wide range. You can do it yourself. Could be like so many different things going on.
Yeah. As we realized today.
Yeah. We should talk about doing.
Do you want to? You guys are alright if I'm you streaming this?
Oh, yeah, it's okay. Who's watching? That guy in Connecticut?
Nobody.
Okay, good.
We talked about a bunch of things. First of all, we need to make this place more colorful
Yeah.
and have more signs up.
Yeah.
So try to do, have the project of producing more signs, part of the everyday activity, cleaning the kitchen, and keep doing that.
Should we also have like one big time though for people who only come by once in a while, like one big time where it's like.
So we were trying to do like a Friday morning, but some people.
Can't myself, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
But we could have 2 slots for that if that's what. But we were initially thinking about it because there is not that many day activity also, so we need to have things going on during the day, so students were. And we
It would be painting too. It's good to have the sunlight on.
Yeah, and we thought about having chalkboards on that side of the road.
Okay.
So we're not people will see and write.
Mic check.
Mic check.
We are beginning our general assembly. Please gather around.
We are Please gather around. It is Monday.
But this is supposed to be important.
Oh, because it's our new one.
Yeah.
Have you been noticing that lately they've been smaller and smaller?
Since like the first few ones, I've noticed, yeah. But I think it's been a little bit steadier like the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's
at like the average.
Do we have a stack taker for tonight?
Mhm.
Stack, does somebody want to volunteer to do stack?
I'll do it.
Ainsley, thank you. Do we have someone to take minutes for tonight? Someone? What are we? Minutes.
Somebody has a notebook, I'll take it.
Somebody's got a notebook.
Does someone have a notebook?
I have a notebook. Oh.
Are you sparing that one? The same notebook from.
Although I don't want to follow Candace.
What?
I don't want to follow you.
No,
You're a
don't
hard,
make the mistake.
you're a hard
of
act
saying
to
that
follow,
detail.
girl. That was great.
Yeah,
It's hard to
You are the
notate.
champion.
that was like I felt mentally ill doing that.
Called me for moral support yesterday.
Like,
I
I
had to
had-
talk her down.
You become
We also need a timekeeper. Timekeeper.
What exactly does the timekeeper do again?
Keeps us on track and lets us know if we've gone too far over time on an item.
That's what I thought. Well, until this dies, I can be timekeeper.
I'm not gonna
So Cassandra's going to be our camera woman and our timekeeper. Great. And we also established yesterday that we we're going to have a greeter. So we need a greeter to stand out there and explain to anybody that comes up what's going on. Alright?
So we're going to do a rotate.
We didn't talk about that.
We didn't decide that yet.
We can. I think that's okay. Why don't you split it up? Yeah, so that you guys don't have to both be
I'll
out.
agree for a while.
So Steve will agree, and then you'll agree. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. So you guys don't have to both miss it. Because I know that
Okay,
would.
so we have Ainsley on
What?
stack,
Because I know
Myrtle
reading makes
minutes,
it sad to miss the cheating.
Cassandra on time, and Steve currently on.
Yes, my wife will be
Do you
here,
remember
but
the
you're
questions
welcome
you
to sit
emailed
there
out?
since you're
Just a quick reminder,
I feel like
we are being live streamed. There's a live video feed of this. If anyone does not want to be videotaped, please say so. We'll try to accommodate that. Also, smoking. If you are going to smoke, please move to the outside. Just so that the people that are sitting here are not having to breathe in smoke. I know it's hard, but I'm a smoker too, so. We're going to move on to a review of our process. You'll see several weird hand signals for those that haven't been here before. If you're in agreement with what's being discussed, you can use this little tinkle up to indicate your agreement. If you're not sure, you can kind of use this to indicate that you're kind of iffy on something. If you disagree, you can use this. You can use those at any time. We'll also periodically call for a temperature check if you think everybody's kind of getting bored or it's getting off track, to see how the group feels about continuing the discussion. When there is a proposal, we'll ask to see if there's consensus. We determine consensus by these hand signals. Agreement, meaning that you consent to the proposal. Stand aside, meaning you're anything from I'm not sure about this to I don't like it but I won't stand in the way. And block is this, or you can also use this to indicate that you are morally opposed to a proposal. You can not live with the consequences if a proposal goes through. If you block, be prepared to explain why you're blocking, and we'll try to work through your objections. Any questions on process? Next, we have a review of our agenda and placing items on the agenda. I know there were several items out there. At least I remember there were several items out there. Somebody want to speak up and see what we have to have?
Did we want to start out with the thing that we said we'd start out with first?
Right after we do the agenda.
Oh, okay.
So are there proposed items for the agenda?
Anyone want to propose an item for the agenda?
Yes.
We've heard there's going to be an event for Veterans Day in Raleigh, really an anti-war and supporting vets who are coming home without jobs, health care, etc. So I think if there's some information about that, that would be great, and that would be joining Occupy Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. Or we might be doing something here.
Okay.
Any other agenda items?
And somebody want to read or just summarize the minutes of the previous GA? I have them here. They're rather long, so if somebody wants can boil them down to just
No, I was actually trying to make a triangle. I thought the reason that we put the group question and meet and greet at the beginning of the GA was so that people who we told to come at 6 don't get too bored.
Right. This is the review of the previous minutes only takes a few minutes. My understanding is this is go again after reviewing the minutes.
Well, can we just I don't know. Does anybody else feel that this is still gonna make people who come at 6 bored?
Yes, this isn't a point of process anymore at this point. But my understanding was that we'll do the strategy and tactics discussion as we discussed yesterday immediately after reviewing the minutes. So we still get into that. We still get into that pretty early.
All right, can I just make that an agenda item then?
I can summarize it, I guess. The Quaker School of Friends came to give us their support for us, stating that we're a peaceful movement and we're focused on social justice issues, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh wow, thanks. Oh wait, do I have to include the report backs?
Just really quickly. We're only going to take a couple
Report backs. We talked about the guerrilla teach-in that Direct Action is planning. Bank tour, how that went really well. Strange rent-a-cops. All in all, a couple of people closed their accounts. Victory for us. Facilitation. There's a email circulating about how to make facilitation work better. Contact Peter. There's a facilitation meeting after the meeting tonight. A facilitation training. Education. There's a teach-in. Unoccupy Wall Street, Indigenous Perspectives on Occupation tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. Okay, the Friends, the Quakers came by to give us their endorsement. Connect the Triangle. That's the event I believe this woman was referencing. Basically, 11-11-11, Occupy, Durham, Raleigh, Chapel Hill are getting together to meet with the veterans and discuss tactics, goals, et cetera, et cetera. Updates on that, I believe they're they have the permit and they have the permission of the veterans, so it's going through. Oh, Jesus.
Just hit what the topics were.
All right. Security. Security is going through a Cuddy is helping organize overnight security. Reimbursements don't need to be passed through the GA. We just need to submit receipts. Community tent. There's now a tent city working group. Please see
Me and John.
Cassandra and John for that. GA experiment. That's what we're doing today. We're going to talk about visioning. And that's pretty much it. There were some announcements at the end. Do you want to hear the announcements? We're good.
We're good.
Yay.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Candace. As we discussed and proposed at our last GA, we're going to try an experiment for the next 3 GAs, starting with this one. Starting our discussion with a discussion of our vision and tactics and strategy. We have somebody organized for that, or? Yes. Great. So, Maria.
Hi, I'm Maria. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Always.
So I am part of the spontaneous unnamed working group that formed yesterday in response to this proposal. Visioning, the visioning working group. And what we decided would be useful tonight is just to begin by asking each other the question, what would you like out of your local Occupy Chapel Hill, and what are you hoping to see come out of the Occupy movement as a whole? To make this functional, we're going to break into small groups of 4 or 5. If you're sitting with your 3 best friends, please split up and form a group with other people, and let's make sure that any guests who are here tonight for the first time that are becoming part of the movement are included in groups and not just by themselves. So I'm trusting that the cats can herd themselves for this. All right, we can all count off in groups of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So the question again is, what would you like to get out of your local Occupy Chapel Hill movement, and what are you hoping to see come out of the Occupy movement as a whole?
And so Maria has 2 questions. One is, how long do we have? And 2, will you be wanting people to report back?
Yes, we're going to have 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we'll check to see if you want 5 more. And there is a report back. So pick one person in your group who will summarize the different ideas that come out of the group. So this is really just a listening exercise. This is not setting an agenda for the movement as a whole. We're working on listening and visioning.
Hey Stephanie, I'll actually just bring that up at the meeting that we're having after General Assembly, instead of doing it at the General Assembly.
Starting now!
It's at 18, so at 28, yeah. I'm just videotaping it. I know.
Then we still need a group?
Yeah, we're supposed to be silent this time anyway, right?
What?
We're supposed to be silent anyway.
Yeah.
But I think it's important. I think it's important that we don't, that when horribly egregious ethical things are happening. I think it's important that we actually stand up and say something, because like in the past couple of years, there's been a lot of people just taking it, and if people actually go out and like make their voices heard in some type of in some type of concrete way, you can make a little difference. Like
Great amount of people who are energized by this but aren't by definition revolutionaries or people who normally protest government social conditions. That's the wonderful thing about Occupy right now, is that we have the potential to bring on board the great middle class, because they are being
what I want or why I'm here, which is why I think it's important that we're doing this. So I can say, I guess, why I originally became involved, because I went to Occupy Durham and I felt inspired and just really excited by people who are engaging with strangers around important issues and having a conversation about things that we've all been sort of blind about, or like aware of, but not actively engaged with doing, or maybe I shouldn't say we personally.
We're to amplify the social justice
I think that has partially where it's beginning to be accomplished for me, because I've made a lot of nice new friends who are willing to actually do things, not just email me about them or talk about them. Globally or nationally, I'm not necessarily sure what I want to see. I want to see, I mean, certainly I want to see capitalism expand from living into the most moving, and it's not going to be sustainable, but as far as what to put in place, these are really like vague.
I want to see this as a space completely expression of hate, but violence to me is so compound that I'm not sure how to place it.
Creating physical
harm to human bodies. I think we should not be harming human bodies, but on the other hand, we have like some people are ready to denounce Oakland for some of the ways they've been protesting.
Have you talked to people?
Okay, guys, point of order.
Sure. Well then,
on one topic that we're getting only 10 minutes.
So here's the punchline. Town council meets on Wednesday this week. I'm planning to speak before council to give an update about our movement here. I think we also need to be kept in mind, and that's one of the reasons this council is picking up trash and recycling facility, is to coexist with the downtown merchants so that they don't feel that this is causing for drop in sales, because we need those guys right now with the current situation set up.
Engage with the Occupy movement as a whole on my computer, but being able to come out here tonight and engage with people face to face is really important, and to also have a public face to communicate with people I don't have the time to camp out here, but I think I'm trying to support that.
New interpersonal relationships and a sense of community within like-minded people. I like to think that the occupation, in a way, itself is the answer, and we form small fellowships or micro-societies. Basically, the idea of communism.
This seems to be working out well.
Usually does. It'd be amazing how well this stuff actually works. All the silly things you learn about mediation and facilitation and groups and books and stuff.
Yeah, this is something we would have done in kindergarten.
And actually, it's used so much in social services and conferences.
Yeah, you're right. I just wonder if we're actually going to get bullet points out of all these things.
Yeah, of course we will. And actually, when we move to getting the bullet points, I plan on reminding everyone that we're really doing this for that one guy in Connecticut who's watching us on Ustream.
Yeah, we have no viewers right now. But I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, we should do it for him, for that one guy. That was so random, because he's Chapel Hill, that's where that bastard's from. And I'm like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, John Edwards. I was like, oh, politicians.
And being able to be a valued contribution to any group, and regardless of what their background is or what their lifestyle is, participating in being here
makes it possible for them to just be
I think it's a great storm for everyone around us.
I won't see us take it.
Do you have any sense of
That you even if you don't survive that process somehow continues to slow down.
So the issue is,
I think that's where
so it's not more about
Like there's so many things that can be done as far as taking back the communal structure that has been lost in this sort of reactionary individualism of the new globalized paradigm. That, you know, I think that this provides such a real world perfect opportunity to take back so much of what everybody gripes about losing, as far as both community and as far as, you know, within a capitalist paradigm, as far as community organizations.
Sorry, I'm still trying to comprehend because I hear the community part. I just didn't quite understand the connection to like the businesses. And so are you saying like sort of through
We buy things. We have choices as consumers. We have choices as far as what we buy, what we don't buy, what we choose to support, either with our dollars, with our attendance, with whatever. I mean, you don't have to you know, buy anything to turn Weaver Street into a communal assembly. Like, you can, you know, if you start people, it's to start people going to Weaver Street for whatever, meals, discussion groups, as I mentioned earlier.
so.
Well, you know, and obviously the utopia thing is very important, but I think recently I've become more interested or just preparedness should enable people experience more travel or some kind of deeper understanding about what it is to be on this earth connect in a way that is richer and more complex than what we have incorporates new ways of being talented, an imagination that incorporates more possibilities for
I think that also something that I would like to see globally as a nurse. I feel like the earth is kind of in a brain drain right now because I don't know. In nursing school, we learn a lot about Maslow's hierarchy, and you know that you have to meet basic needs before people can contribute meaningfully to society. And so, what we're asking is for people to contribute meaningfully to the world, but we're not giving them the food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare that any human being would need to survive, and not only to survive, but to create anything positive in the world around them. So, I would like to see us find a way to meet the basic needs of humans on the earth, so that we can actually see these.
You want to wait till after the
after this
boombox move.
car conference.
Alright guys, it's been 10 minutes. Where's mic check?
We need 5 more minutes.
Yes, please.
Okay.
What up? Yes, all around?
As far as like the placards go, what Direct Action is working on now is for like the community members to spend cash and right
viable local influence which advocates and achieves political and social goals in line with liberal democratic, small L, small d, and even socialist
actual physical donations of non-food items, or just telling everybody, hey, look, this is what these guys did for me. And I think that's a really powerful
plans.
And to have it mainstream enough so for example, you know, neo-communalism.
Are we having a visionary work group meeting after this? Do you remember?
We are, yeah.
Right. We are too.
I won't be here tomorrow night, but I'll be here Wednesday night.
Okay.
I know we're having, so after this we'll we'll report back from our small groups.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back into our regular report backs.
And then after GA,
we have to plan tomorrow night's thing.
Mhm.
And then facilitation is having
Yeah,
the training.
and I mean, we kind of have like the Wednesday night thing figured out, but not the Tuesday night. Wednesday night we were going to brainstorm tactics.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out what we're doing tomorrow. I think there's a do-it-ourselves working group meeting after this as well, so I don't know if like I'll be able to do both at the same time. But I was just I can't really remember who else was on it other than you, Steve. Oh yeah, David,
Miho.
and Miho. Yeah. But figuring out whether we're gonna do this before meetings before minutes or not, because I feel like they're still gonna be bored if they come here at 6 and we do like agenda and minutes first.
On the other hand, if the minutes are reading out what we did today from this, that's useful.
True. So yeah, if I can't make it, I just wanted to plant that idea.
I think we can. I think we're better off to work through the first couple of really simple agenda items.
Yeah.
You know, the explanation of process and everything.
Yeah, definitely that.
And the review of the minutes. It's quick.
Yeah.
And that just gets everybody on hand of what's the future of the housing storage and
No, I think so.
Do you mind being videotaped? Do you mind being videotaped? Okay.
I think America also as a whole right now, it's just like in this really weird, I don't know, fallacy of like survival mode where we think I have to look out for myself or nothing good is going to happen for me, I'm not going to have what I need. But really, you know, our society provides enough that we could survive if we were willing to share, if we were willing to take what we needed. And so all this like, me, protect me, save me, is really just like selfish, false thinking. That if we can make conversations that force people to step away from that vantage point, we'll start seeing people work towards like the common good rather than their own personal good. And capitalism is all about your own personal good, right?
At least, I mean, our capitalism, I feel like, combines the resources that individualism that America was founded on, and it doesn't have to look the way that it does now, but it has been completely destructed and corrupted by the me. That individualism also doesn't have to be. In fact, it just be about expression and valuing each individual's rights.
It's not the same.
Sorry.
The old worker capital thing and all those old dichotomies are increasingly irrelevant. Bring yourself leap boldly into the future.
Well, no, I'm not going to say that, but I would agree that my conception of capitalism has to do with free markets, open markets, with encouraging competition. It has nothing to do with aggregation of capital per se. And so
But that's a natural consequence of our capitalist system.
Well, it depends on what you mean by capitalist system. You know, I think that's part of the disconnect we have in a lot of our conversations, even right here in this little square.
I agree. And I think, and if the idea of reform includes a re-envisioning of what it means to do well in business, and then there might be a vision of capitalist reform that I would support. But coming from my specific and yes, Victorian conception of what capital means, I will never say that I want more capitalism or more freer capitalism.
Well, we definitely have to nail down what we mean.
Go to his house, even the tables on the chairs.
I think we should encourage entrepreneurs.
Oh, sorry. Mic check!
They did that.
Mic check!
Mic check!
It's been 15 minutes.
It's been 15 minutes.
Do we want more minutes or no?
Do we want more minutes? No. Questions-based answers? Were there more?
Yeah.
Is there a third question?
It sounds like no.
No, it's good. It's just nothing in it.
Last call for alcohol.
I always
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Would you like
I'm.
some coffee?
Oh no, thank you. You're here a little late today.
My daughter is doing a Broadway play review. She's singing.
Awesome.
And she's going to rehearsal, so I got in there. Supposed to get at 6, I got a little early, but I still got slowed down. I wanted to come over, and I'm sorry. I did bring some extra tent poles for the tent, and I'm bringing a spare fine in case it gets ripped.
Cool.
And I put a propane tank over there, and I got a bunch of stuff in the car, like a big bag full of.
So you're not here for General Assembly then?
Well, I have to be.
Yeah.
I have to leave at 7. So.
Okay, at 7. Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Good boy.
Who wants to present the first group?
I'll try summarizing here. We talked about, there was a general, we wanted to engage and awaken people. We wanted to encourage entrepreneurship. We wanted to move to reform capitalism from the inside out. And then we got into a big discussion on what do we mean by capitalism. And there's a big disconnect about between what is capitalism and what is democracy and what is entrepreneurship and so there's a lot of discussion about what we mean by these terms. There was a sense that wherever we were going, we had to get there by nonviolent means. That wasn't a universal sentiment. Let's see. There was a sense we needed to remove criminal elements from the movement. Also not a universal sentiment. Somebody said we need more capitalism in on Wall Street, not less. The problem was that we had not enough competition. And so there again we were talking about, was capitalism or were we talking about competition and open markets, which are entirely two different things. I've always put them together in my mind. Did I leave anything out? Right.
Okay. Group 2. You can just designate yourself group 2.
I'll talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we just dealing with the first question?
Yeah. We're doing everything, right?
Yeah.
So,
Would you stand or? Yeah.
I guess I'll go just in the order of my notes. We talked about what do we want from Occupy Chapel Hill first. A place in which people in the community without food, clothing, and shelter can find that and not push our resources into red. People are talking about us, but they haven't come down, and so looking to us to unite them. So there was an idea to form more specific issue-related interest groups, like topics like electoral reform or just other topics to sort of draw people in and have those groups meet in other places out in the community to sort of connect with people out in the community. Actually, two of us were kind of interested in just engaging with people and just talking with people out in the community, just that opportunity to talk to folks. Challenge corporate and government authority locally, so that might, and try to draw more people in, get more people involved. Let's see. Again, how to connect with more just groups out in the community. And let's see, being a beacon in the community, for example, like allowing a place that community can interact with businesses and businesses can connect with the community, kind of build more local community business partnerships, sort of.
Put it up.
Sorry. And then when we talked about the larger Occupy movement, we talked about sort of mirroring it and in terms of the working groups, and then also looking to make national changes, for example, like Glass-Steagall Act and the Repealing Citizens United, so to sort of connect what we're doing here to nationally, and then just sort of shifting the global economic climate. Thanks.
We have another group that is ready to present. First.
All right, under Occupy Chapel Hill, what we want is to mainstream the revolution. We want to take advantage of this historic moment by getting the middle class to join us. We need them. We want to amplify the social justice struggle. Things like locally, housing, the labor struggle, the types of things that the people who are working here in this community need help with. Articulate how we're sharing with other occupations. We need to get acceptance for Occupy Chapel Hill. Town Council, for example, supports us. We need the community to support us. We need to have a coexisting